know what is what.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is Cult of the Living Dead.
All right, guys. Well, welcome back to another episode of Cult of the Living Dead. This week, we are covering the 2024 sci-fi movie-ish, urban culture movie-ish. I don't know how you classify this movie, but we're watching Freaky Tales. As always, I am your host, The Dale, followed by my co-host, Mr. Saya.
Yo.
Juan is still out in sabbatical rebuilding the beautiful city of Uruguay. He has since expanded his passion fruit production and is moving on to guavas.
Hell yeah.
Joining us today, we have a special guest, a friend of the program, and a friend in real life, Mr. Aristotle.
Hello, thank you for having me. Very excited to be here.
So Aristotle, since he was our guest, we asked him to pick the movie from this week, and he settled on Freaky Tales.
Settled is a strong word. I was very excited when I saw this on the list. There was three options, but Freaky Tales was the one that I wanted the most because had you guys seen this before?
No.
No.
We've kind of been stuck in the 90s for like the past 2 months, it feels like.
For
Because
real.
the will speaketh, the will giveth, and the will taketh away. And the will was on a 90s kick for a minute. And we haven't watched anything from this decade in a long time.
Yeah, we were stuck in like animation for like 3 weeks.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah. And then I think it just pulled us out. But we're still in the 90s.
Yes.
But good time. Good time overall.
Yeah.
But yeah, Freaky Tales. I love this movie.
I was very excited to watch it as well. It is an anthology film. I love a good anthology movie, which is hilarious because I think in our past 5 movies, we've seen 3 anthology movies.
Yeah. Heavy Metal,
Robot Carnival.
Robot Carnival, and then what was the most recent one we saw?
We saw Undertone, but that was more of we went to the movies, more of a special episode.
Yeah. I gotta look back.
Heavy Metal is a movie on paper I want to watch, but I'm not scarred, but it was one of those movies that was always on TV late night and it just looked so boring to me. And I wanted a movie named Heavy Metal to have far more heavy metal in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It has a great soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
But as a mature grown man, yes, I agree. At the time, I wanted like Cannibal Corpse and
Yeah.
Metallica.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Judas Priest, Black Sabbath.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yes.
It's not a good film.
A lot of titties.
No, I
that's
liked
kind
it
of
when
it.
I was younger, and then seeing it as an adult, it did not hold up.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. Robot Carnival, way better.
Robot Carnival was a trip of a movie. That one was good for it being like almost no dialogue.
Yeah.
But Japan
Yeah.
knows how to animate shit.
Haven't seen that one. That one's a journey for sure.
It's all you've already described my kind of movie.
Oh yeah.
Minimal dialogue,
Mm-hmm.
love it.
There's also 2 versions of it too.
Yes.
So
there's the American cut, which I kind of reorders some of the movie, and then there's the original Japanese.
Which did you watch?
We each saw I saw the Japanese one, and Saya saw the American one.
mhm.
It doesn't really change the movie because they're not like interconnected in any way. Each segment, they're all like standalone, but it determines how long you go into the movie before you hear your first bit of dialogue, though.
Mhm.
Sorry if I'm stepping on a middle bit of show history that I may have missed, but what about Godzilla King of the Monsters and Gojira? Have you done that?
No,
We have not.
I don't think we have
Okay.
any Godzilla movies on the list.
Yeah.
Similar thing, but actually very different movies. The original Japanese masterpiece, and then the American recut, which is like a completely different movie.
Mm.
Not bad, but just like, wow, they should have stuck with the original.
Yeah, but the original is very much like nuclear war bad.
Yeah.
It
Wait,
is
it
the
is
1954 movie.
is that the new movie, the newest Godzilla? That's like a retelling
No,
of.
I'm talking like the very first one.
Oh, okay, okay,
They got a
okay.
The original.
recut
Yeah,
for the American audience.
damn.
Yeah, there's a whole different actor. He is like an American journalist being like, there's these what are these Japanese people talking about? Kind of like, I'm here to figure it out.
Yeah,
And,
interesting.
there's
Completely different film.
yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you had to do shit like that. Like Godzilla versus King Kong, depending on which version you saw, has a different ending.
Hmm. Well, damn. Maybe we should add that to the list.
Godzilla versus King Kong, or
Or
just Godzilla in general. I love Godzilla,
yeah,
man. I've watched most, if not all of them.
yeah. I'm down for that.
Good movie. All right, let's get back to Freaky Tales. This movie was done by. It was directed by a duo, Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. They're longtime collaborators. They've written and directed multiple movies before. I think their most famous one that people will have seen is the Captain Marvel movie. They also did Half Nelson, which is an interesting movie starring a young Ryan Gosling,
Hmm.
and Mississippi Grind, which is also an interesting movie about gambling.
Hmm.
It was so weird. Like I was looking at the directors, I'm like, who are these people? And then I saw their filmology, and I was like, oh, I have seen most of their movies. That's kind of crazy.
Nice. I also see they did an episode for Masters of the Air, that Apple
Hmm?
Plus TV show about, what was it, the
But
bee bombers.
yeah, it's like supposed to take place like it's like a spiritual successor to like Band of Brothers in the Pacific.
Hmm. Hmm. That was a cool show.
I have to watch that one. That one has what's his name in it, right? Elvis.
Yeah,
Get his name.
Austin Butler.
Yeah, Austin Butler.
Yeah.
They also did It's Kind of a Funny Story, which I think is a little corny, but I also really enjoyed it. If we're gonna have people watch one of their movies, I'm definitely gonna say Freaky Tales and not Captain Marvel. So sorry to the lovers of Captain Marvel, but don't let that be representative of who they are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I'll give kudos. I feel like there was a point in time when Marvel was like, let's get these kind of innovative directors and like give them a movie. Like Taika Waititi killed it in like Ragnarok.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Not so much in Love and Thunder, but
we can't forget with James Gunn whole rise came from Guardians. Not that he wasn't doing good stuff before, but like he's a household name now
yeah,
Yeah.
because Marvel were like, let's give this guy a shot.
1 and 3 I think are in. I say 3 is just a damn good movie in general.
Hmm.
I don't
S
think
tier
there's a
Marvel
better
movie.
movie out there that speaks for veganism more. I'm a big fan.
Oh man, what's the movie? We should watch Trolls 2.
Trolls 2.
Trolls 2.
It's a direct attack on the vegan lifestyle.
Yeah.
The director of that movie wrote it and made it because her friends turned vegan and then there was just vegan options when they would go out to eat. So she was so mad that she wrote a movie about murderous vegan trolls.
Love it.
What?
We'll see. We'll see.
That's hating on it on the next level.
Yeah, for real.
But our music was done by Raphael Sadiq. He did the music for Lovecraft Country,
Ooh,
HBO series. He was Insecure,
Fuck yeah.
Moon Girl, and Devil Dino.
nice.
Hell yeah.
Some good music.
As our cast and crew is kind of like a pretty nice cast of some nice mix of like A tier and like B tier um actors and actresses. So we have Ji Young Yo who plays Tina, Angus Cloud, rest in peace, as
R.I.P.
Travis. Ji Young Yo, I haven't really seen her in anything.
You will have heard though. Big fan if you haven't watched it already. K-pop Demon
Hip-Hop
Hunter.
Demon Hunters.
Oh yeah, she's in K-pop Demon Hunter. I have not seen K-pop Demon Hunter.
Ooh, it
Just watch
is
it.
It's
so
good.
good.
I've heard it's good. I've heard it's
Be
good.
solid. Yeah.
Angus Cloud is probably best known for Euphoria. He's like the drug dealer guy in that movie. He was also in Abigail and the Garfield movie. Sadly passed away.
Well, who was he in the Garfield movie?
I think it was a dog.
Odie?
What?
No, maybe not.
Oh,
He's in the Garfield movie though.
oh, Snickers. I
He's
don't know who that is.
Snickers.
I don't know who that is.
Damn,
I only know
gotta watch that movie
Odie,
now.
Garfield, and forget the owner's name.
I did not see the Garfield movie, but wow, the cast is pretty stacked.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like it'd be like that for animated films now.
damn, that's true.
I
Damn,
miss the good old days when
yeah,
animated films were narrated by actual voice actors.
dude,
Yeah, for sure.
Bing Rhymes was in the Garfield movie.
See what I mean? I like Ving Rhames, but like you see Ving Rhames is like killing it with his like vocal range.
Yeah,
It probably just sounds like Ving
it
Rhames.
just sounds like Bing Rhymes. That's crazy. No, I gotta watch that movie now.
We have Jack Chapman as Lucid. He was in Avatar 1 and 2. He plays like the little kid in those movies. Or Avatar 2 and 3. He was also in Scream 6. We have Pedro Pascal, arguably the biggest star in the world right now, as Clint. He's probably best known for The Mandalorian. He's also Joe in The Last of Us and Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four film. And who could forget he gets his head crushed as Oberyn Martell
Ooh,
in Game of Thrones.
I have a controversial take that usually I've seen people's minds melt.
Do you
But
like Pedro Pascal?
I think he's a very charming, fun guy. What movies are he in? What movie is he in that you're like, damn, that's a really good movie, other than this one?
Movies, no, but I thought season
Ser-
1 of The Last of Us is great, and The
TV
Mandalorian
series,
really
for
good.
whatever reason, incredible in TV series cannot make a good movie.
Oh, I really liked him in was it Eddington?
To be fair, okay, you're right. I haven't seen that. That one did come up.
That's one with
That's on
Joaquin
me.
Phoenix, right? Is that the one that we saw?
Yeah.
Sir?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's good in that movie.
yeah. He's good in that
Okay.
movie.
All right. We're turning it around. But before
be fair-
Eddington, he was not in any good movies, including, I mean, to be debated, Fantastic Four. I was a little let down.
I haven't seen Fantastic Four. I have hard stopped watching like Marvel movies, not on purpose, not like as a conscious decision. It's just
But
that
it's-
there's other stuff I'd rather watch than like the latest Marvel movie. But I might catch up on everything before Spider-Man because I do really like the Spider-Man movies.
Agreed, but oh, go ahead.
I think Marvel TV shows now are doing better than
The movies.
movies. Like
Yeah, I heard the
I really like
Mr.
Daredevil.
Marvel is supposed to be pretty good too, or what's his name?
Wonder Man?
Wonder Man. There you go. I heard Wonder Man was supposed to be cool.
Wonder Man was sick. Yeah, Fantastic Four
Ironheart was all right.
good. And I'm looking at Pascal's movie list, and honestly,
The Materialist I've heard is a solid like rom-com. I haven't seen it though.
I liked the Kingsman 2. That one was kind of cool.
Oh, that was before he even blew up.
But he's
just, like,
not
the guy with the whip.
I guess he's not like the main character in those movies, so
He's like a really funny, charming, great guy that we all love, but that like just can't carry a movie.
Yeah.
He's a good supporting actor. He's not a good leading man, unless he's in a TV series.
Unless he's in a TV series.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with that statement. Not a knock against Pedro Pascal because he has ravenous fans.
Same. That's what I'm saying.
They're coming for us. They're coming for us because of Aristotle.
No, I agree. I've had a similar take, and I have been ridiculed and attacked for saying such things.
No, I stand by it until Eddington. Now I can't speak on that.
Yeah,
it's a divisive movie. Either like it or you don't.
Yeah, it really makes you feel that COVID 2020 anxiety.
We'll also see on The Mandalorian Grogu. If that even really counts, because I don't know if he's doing it or not.
I think he is.
What do you mean? He's the voice. I mean, he's not the guy in the suit.
But can we even count that if he's not the guy in the suit?
I do, because
his voice is a driving factor.
Like, do you take away from Darth Vader and Mufasa?
No, but that's also because I wish I knew his name. But the actor who
James
played
Earl
Darth
Jones.
Vader was also great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
we gotta look
so
it up.
again, we love James Earl Jones, but we also
Yeah, James Earl
gotta
Jones,
give
yeah.
credit to the giant man that played Darth Vader.
Yeah,
True. True. I don't even think he's a leading man
David
in this movie either.
David
Mm-mm.
Prowess. David
Who?
Prowess
Oh, for the man in the suit?
for the man in the suit.
Who I think passed away somewhat recently.
Yeah, he did. He did. We have Ben Mendelsohn, who's also very good as the
Hmm.
guy. He was probably most recently. He's like the main bad guy in the Andor Rogue One
Oh
series. He's also the bad guy in Ready Player One, which is a movie I saw for the first time this past summer, which I thought was a solid flick.
Hmm.
He's been in a bunch of shit though.
Oh
Mhm.
my God, he's so good in everything.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
great.
Um,
He's the great as the villain in this movie, as the like coked out detective guy.
he's from Captain
so
Marvel. He
good.
plays Talos.
He's
Oh
also in a few
yeah,
things as Talos, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Far
think
From
he's
Home.
Far From Home, and I've forgotten if he's actually in the Secret Invasion show.
He might. He might
yeah, he
be. I
is.
Because
don't remember.
but
He
like, is that
dies.
similar? Is that him in makeup,
Oh yeah, yeah. It
or
is.
is
It
it
is
his
him.
voice?
Yeah,
Okay, well
That's
there.
him in makeup.
Shh.
He's in makeup in that movie.
yeah.
In
Eh.
that man, Secret Invasion. Talk about a show that like for the first like 6, 7 episodes, I was like, man, this is pretty cool. And then they just like jumped the shark, and I was like, oh man, this show sucked.
Hmm.
Horrible ending.
I wonder if that's gonna come back to us at some point.
I,
Is Daenerys gonna
I
come
think
in?
they dropped it, dude. They've been so good. Marvel seems to like not be afraid about being like, we tried something and it failed.
Yeah, I
Like, what's
think
his
that.
name? The One Direction guy.
Oh,
Oh,
Harry
Dana,
Styles.
Yeah,
Thanos' brother.
he's yeah, Thanos' brother.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Like that, how many years ago was that? Like 5 years ago? It's been a while.
well, I wonder if that's going to happen like after the reset of
They cut all
after
the
like
Eternals.
Doomsday. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like I
They
know
dropped.
what's his name
Uh,
has been on record saying that like he was supposed to do 4 movies and they told him never mind.
fuck.
Yeah.
I forget the Indian actor, I forget his name.
Oh, Kumail.
Yeah, the guy who gets
Camille,
body shamed for being buff, which is kind of
Oh,
hilarious.
kind of wild.
shout out Kumail.
Yeah,
He's hilarious.
yeah,
They also dropped, which I was thinking about because I feel like this is the best version of a modern Blade movie. They dropped Blade, but like
yeah.
Freaky Tales is like crushed it as Blade.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw more as Bruce Lee, but yeah. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Okay, yeah.
Uh, we have Michelle Farrah Huang as Kelsey. She was in Atypical and By Design. Normani as Entice. I guess she's like a
Uh,
rapper or singer.
Normani.
Normani. I've never heard of her, but I saw she's been featured on a lot of music.
Mhm.
Jay Ellis as Sleepy Floyd. He's also in Insecure and he was in Top Gun Maverick. Dominique Thorne as Barbie. She plays Ironheart and talking about Marvel series.
Yep.
And she was also in Judah and the Black Messiah, which is a great film.
Oh yeah.
And we got hip hop legend Too Short as the narrator. Love Too Short in this movie. And even though he's in the movie for a total of like 5 minutes, we have Mr. Tom Hanks
Tom fucking
Crazy.
Hanks, dude.
as Hank and or like the video cashier guy.
What a crazy fucking
What is just a
cameo.
random cameo?
Yeah.
It's actually, if I'm not mistaken, he is from the Bay,
Oh.
and I think also maybe it's just a shared last name, but does he have a daughter? Someone Hanks is a producer on this. I saw it in the credits.
Oh.
But I think he's from the Bay, and that's how
I mean, he has
that
2 sons,
oh,
Chet and the other one.
famously.
Yeah. Oh, Poppy
Who I think
Hanks.
the other one is more successful, but everybody knows Chet for being Chet.
Yeah, the other one like started acting like
And he's good.
Yeah, he's good. The like nerdy looking one, right?
Yeah, but but Chet is Chet.
Yeah, Colin Hanks.
Colin Hanks. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Colin Hanks.
Sorry, I'm going into the history, the tree of life for Tom Hanks. And did you guys know that this dude is a distant cousin of Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah, I did know that. Did know that.
That's okay.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my whole life. I had no
Kind
idea.
of. His head looks very similar to paintings of Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
It's very, very square.
Yeah,
Also
I
tall.
could see it. Yeah,
Also tall. Yeah.
Yeah, we just got to put a big hat on him.
Wait, so how did you guys hear about this movie?
It was I think a listener told us to add it onto the list.
Mhm.
And I believe Tuan had seen this movie.
Mm,
But Tuan watches like everything. That dude watches like a movie a day, I think.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, because early on, I went on a date with my girlfriend to see this, and she was like, I heard about this movie. It's about the Bay. She loves the Bay. And I was like, yeah, well, let's go see it, but also fuck the Bay. But also not really.
Oh, fuck them.
But then
They say they're from Northern California. They're like halfway up.
You're from like you're
mid California. There's still
Yeah.
like another 8-hour drive to get to the other actual northern part.
You're out here representing a California that's mid. Get out of here.
Damn.
But just kidding. I do love Oakland, which this movie is all about. San Francisco, meh. Oakland, love it. But yeah, I had no idea what I was stepping into, and I walked out thinking this is the movie of the year. I can't believe I hadn't heard of this. Especially when Tom Hanks shows up.
Yeah, that was cool. That was for sure cool. My expectations of this movie is I thought it was going to be fun. When I saw Too Short was narrating it, I was like, oh, this is going to be a fun movie. And then I saw the cast, I was like, okay, there's some like pretty good actors in here. I can't see this movie like being bad.
Yeah, I went in blind.
It's a true love for the Bay because every cameo is some like there's two that you didn't list off, but I get why because they're so small. But to me in the movie theater, I was like, what the fuck? Tim Armstrong from Rancid is one of the guys
That's right.
on the TV. And then the band Gulch is the band that plays Ready to Fight during the like training montage.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I knew it was about the Gulch. I didn't know it was gonna be so diehard about the Bay.
Yeah.
That's cool. As someone who has very little knowledge of the Bay, but we get so many movies that are about LA. It's cool to see some other California representation. Someone needs to make a movie that's just hardcore represents Kern County.
Hell yeah.
It's like the most racist movie ever. All right, let's synopsisize and then we'll get into the film. Set against the neon-soaked streets of 1987 Oakland, Freaky Tales is a wild, genre-blending anthology that weaves together 4 interconnected stories of rebellion, revenge, and raw energy. Inspired by real locations, cultural moments, and local legend, the film plays like a mixtape of punk rock chaos, hip-hop ambition, street-level crime, and surreal supernatural forces. Each chapter follows a different group of outsiders. Teenage punks fighting against violent neo-Nazis, a female rap duo bottling misogyny in the music scene, a wary enforcer trying to escape his past, and an NBA star, Sleepy Floyd, reimagined as a mythic Avenger. As these stories unfold, they subtly collide, connected by recurring characters, a strange green energy, and the shared spirit of a city on the edge. Blending gritty violence with humor, music, and comic books realism, Freaky Tales becomes less about a single narrative and more about capturing a feeling and a moment of the city of Oakland.
Beautiful.
Where to start? I guess I like the supernatural aspect. I didn't get it, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Well, by the end or at the beginning? Because at the beginning, I mean, yeah, there's.
I like the way it like
end
ramps up.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it gave me a similar feeling of when I saw The Substance in theaters, like not knowing anything about this movie and the way it ramps up at that to the point by the end of it, I was practically standing out of my chair cheering, being like, I can't believe this is incredible. This is a
Yeah.
masterpiece.
It definitely goes 0 to 100. By the end, we're just fucking riding along, rolling through people.
And I like the way that it kind of like blends genres a little bit. You have this like coming of age romantic story, and then like as like it progresses, the stories get like I don't want to say like less grounded because I feel like 1, 2, and 3 are pretty grounded. It's the fourth story that kind of just like
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it hints at it in those other two, but by four, we're we're blowing up heads. So at the beginning, I was surprised that this was going to be in chapters because again, didn't know that this was what this movie was going to be about. But I again appreciated how diehard it was and that they were at Gilman Street, which is a famous little punk venue. And I was like, oh my God, big shout out to Gilman Street. And then they have actual bands playing. They have like good, great fucking soundtrack the whole time.
it's great. I love a good brawl. I love a good brawl.
Mhm.
I love a movie where you get like a training montage and you have like a group of like I guess I don't know, the underdog just comes up and kicks the shit out of the aggressor.
Mhm.
Thinking like in like the Outsiders or fucking Seven Samurai.
Hmm.
Like I love the way that they just get down, and who doesn't love seeing neo Nazis get the shit kicked out of them?
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going to say. Nothing better than just beating the shit out of some Nazis.
I also, I mean, I know this is usually how these things go, but I thought they intertwined really well by like the first two stories start at the movie theater after having watched The Lost Boys, which is
Yeah.
also another like,
Mhm.
oh, I love this already.
Yeah.
Also, just a fun little tidbit. After having watched the movie, I did take a road trip, not connected to this, to Oakland,
Hmm.
and they were screening the movie in the theater at the beginning of the movie. So I saw it in the theater.
No way.
Nice.
That's
Um,
sick.
just like that's where we're at right now.
That's fucking sick.
That's dope.
um,
Yeah, the intertwining was great. I feel like it's because we mentioned before we started recording, like we've seen a lot of anthologies before, and I love when you have like a good interconnected story rather than a bunch of like disconnected segments.
Mhm.
yeah, and they're like they're happening, and you don't even really know it until the end. Like when they're
Hmm.
on the phone right before the big fight, and not
Yeah,
realizing that that's going to pay off later.
Mhm.
Seeing Pedro Pascal in the restaurant when he gives her the like the big bracelet.
yeah, with the mad spike on it,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then he's the one that tells her aim for the neck, and then that's how he fucking stabs the head neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which I didn't know Oakland had a neo-Nazi problem.
I think, I mean, I don't think it's that big, but I remember it even rearing its head here in the pandemic a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I knew that was,
See, we're
I
looking
actually,
at you, Huntington Beach.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's the OC though. We don't associate.
uh, I think another movie, I forgot if this was on the list or if you talked about it, but Green Room.
It's on the
Mhm.
list. We haven't seen it. We've seen other films by the director though.
I think it was, didn't you say it was, I think it might have been between this one or Green Room for you, right?
I just love killing Nazis,
Yeah.
but
They're just
very
we should just watch
different
Inglorious
time.
Bastards.
Okay, yeah. I think this has more in line with Inglorious Bastards, whereas Green Room is like heavy. It's a heavy movie.
Mhm.
It's a, I'm not heavy, it's intense. Like
Yeah.
that's one that
The
I am
director
like,
makes some intense ass movies.
yeah.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, Nazis apparently I clearly we don't get it, but like people love being Nazis.
I also find it kind of shocking that the punks allowed themselves to get punked like that. Most of the
Uh,
punks I've met growing up, maybe it's a difference between Bay Area punks and like LA punks. Most of the punks I knew, they're very nice people. Those people didn't fuck around.
Yeah. But I also know it like it was just like that. I don't know. And you're right, it was weird that they I don't know, you can kind of see it in that they're like very dominating, like they pushed people to the ground and like they hit people and were assaulting them like crazy. But you're right, the numbers were there. They could have fought the Nazis earlier, but we get that sick fight later on
Sick
because of
fight
it.
was
So
great.
Yeah. There needed to be a plot point. We needed to keep the story moving somehow.
I like how this crippled guy had like blades on his fucking crutches.
Yeah.
yeah.
They had hella weapons. It was great.
He was just out here murdering people, dude.
I love a good training montage and
It
like
kind of
weapon
reminded me
load
of
up.
sorry. It reminded me of fucking Anchorman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
I
Except it
also
needed
appreciate
a trident.
Yeah, I wrote this fucking elevated quickly. This shit
Yeah,
got mad out of hand.
it did.
So you're saying about the training montage?
Oh, I was saying that I appreciated watching their democratic process, which I think
Mhm.
is true to the venue, but also hits on whatever loopholes you may find. Like, why didn't they call the cops? It's right there. They don't want to call the cops. Fuck the
Fuck the
cops.
cops.
Yeah. Which I think kind of goes back to them being like punks. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's how these things operate, within their own social system
Mhm.
that's been set up.
Mhm.
Because all these communities were marginalized anyway, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
makes sense.
And
And
I like
that
that too.
Mhm.
We get a lot of representation of the marginalized communities in this movie. It's like kind of a film about the subcultures.
Mhm.
it touches on so much because you also have that the little vulnerable conversation before the fight of like, I've never been in a fight. Like I wasn't
Mhm.
one. And, well, we're about to do it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel that the shift, the tone shift from chapter 1 to chapter 2? Because chapter 2 feels like it's way more of a like personal story, I guess, with the two rappers with Entice and Barbie.
Mhm.
How do you like that tonal shift?
I liked it. I was jarred the first time seeing it, not in a bad way, but just like I enjoy each time a chapter ended and we got to the next one, my worry was that like now it's gonna get corny. Or now this part's gonna be bad. Or like, oh, like everything I just enjoyed is gonna be ruined by something that happens in this one, and that never happens. It's just I think I get really precious about things as they're happening. So I was worried like, oh no, are we gonna like hit every musical genre and one's gonna be bad and the other one's not gonna be as good or something like that. But it did everything so well. I couldn't help but have a good time the whole time.
Yeah. I had originally thought I was a little shocked because I thought it was going to be as equally like violent potentially, and that's violent, like visually violent in that same way. But I mean, it was still technically misogynistically violent in its own way, right? It just
Mhm.
hits a little bit different because like I'm a man, so like hearing those things, it's not the same effect that I would have if I was like, like a woman hearing all that stuff. I think it was still really cool though to see like Barbie and Entice kind of go off on their own way and like attack back and like actually slap on what they were doing. Like that was really fun. It was cool.
Yeah, their lines are sick, dude. They were fucking giving it a short.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's some clean lines.
I like that it almost hits the same beats as the first one too, because you have that like build up. You don't really see them like train too much, but they do have that one moment of like apprehension, almost like in the first one where he's like, I've never been in a fight. When they're going up there, I think Barbie's like, dude, they're literally here just to like make fun of
Set us
us.
up.
Yeah, it's a setup. But then once they get in it, they're in it. The juices start flowing. What is it? The green stuff? Is it the green stuff? It's
Yeah, the
like
green stuff hits
the green stuff starts hitting, and they're in it.
into like a flow state.
Mm-hmm.
I also, when you were talking about the misogyny, I was like, yeah, that's interesting for Too Short to be part of this movie, but also recognize his part in that, but then I also remembered Ben Mendelsohn's whole horrific conversation at the ice cream shop. I was like, oh yeah, actually that's where we're coming from.
Hmm.
Not that his stuff wasn't bad, but like, oh yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
And then the weird look he gives to the dad and son in the ice cream shop,
Mm-hmm.
which I also didn't quite understand. Like, was that a like hell yeah nod from the dad, or was that a like what the fuck are you doing from the dad?
I took it as a what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, me too. I think Ben Mendelsohn is just he was too wild for everyone. And
He's like
even
cartoonishly evil.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Straight villain from fucking Star Wars evil.
Yeah, he's just a maniac.
Yeah.
And I love when he gets back in the car and is like, "Yeah, they didn't have your flavor." It's like you didn't think to ask if I wanted something else.
He's like, nope.
Yeah.
Such a dick. I was happy when he got his at the end though. But I do like the more grounded approach to the second story because I feel like it's a nice like calming segment after the chaos of the first one because the first one really like elevates, it gets the blood pumping. And then this one's like a way more personal story dealing with like anxiety and like basically trying to I mean it's fucking 80s, rap culture and then you've got these two female artists going against one of the biggest, if not the biggest hip hop star from Oakland and Too Short. I thought it was cool though, but I do like how at the end, like Too Short doesn't get offended. Like he dabs him up. He's like, respect. Like you guys got me good. Like it was cool.
Mhm. Do,
I enjoyed it.
do you think it would have had a different effect if this one would have been first and then the punk one would have been second?
I think so because it would have started. I think this movie would have started a little slow
Hmm.
because you get like, as we'll talk about when we get to the fourth one, it's like crazy first story, kind of like more mellow, grounded, like second and third story, and then the final act is like just like insane.
Hmm.
So I think having it be second was like a nice like a roller coaster. Like it brought us down
Hmm.
because it's still that one. I felt like that it talks about the culture, the hip hop culture in a more grounded way than punks versus neo Nazis.
Yeah. True.
I also think you need it there to kind of build up this like there's a Nazi problem and there's a Ben Mendelsohn problem,
Hmm.
and then they start to come together by three
Mm,
and four.
That's a good point. That is a
yeah,
good
that is a
point.
good point.
Yeah, because in three is where Mendelssohn's character really is like becomes like he's a bad dude.
Hmm.
That was the saddest of the three too. I felt like for sure.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
And I think that was placed well to, like you said, bring us down. Just be like, wow, we need a little more realness, a little more real hard emotion. Uh,
It is interesting going from that one to the fourth one because the third one is so down, so grounded. I feel like the green goop has the least effect in that story. I can't even remember where it hits, if I'm being completely honest.
it's when he's in the store and he's like, your nose is bleeding because the kid with the gun is, uh, I think he's trying to blow up his head with the psychoptics, and
Hmm.
that's why his
Mm,
nose starts bleeding.
Hmm.
that's right. That's right. I forgot about that whole like background story about like that cult,
Yeah,
the like psychic cult that like
we didn't mention it, but doesn't the
that
movie
Sleepy Floyd runs.
starts off with a commercial, right? Talking about it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which pays off in the end. Then we see why that commercial was there.
Mhm. Got
That's
Sleepy Floyd and Psych Topics.
yeah.
Um, it's just this like culty mind bendy thing, and it sounds cool. Clearly, it works.
Do you think
Um,
that was their like nod to like the like weirdo hippie part of the Bay Area?
I think so, but also just as I'd assume as a writing standpoint, like, okay, this is what's going to give us freedom to like really go off the rails at the end.
Mhm.
I thought for the whole time I'm like, oh, is this school gonna be like the bad guys? Like I thought it was gonna end with them
Mhm.
taking down the school,
Yeah.
but it ends
Um,
up kind of being good, I guess. Good-ish. I mean, like that kid did murder a fucking pregnant woman.
yeah, yeah. Uh, and it's not that it was justified, but we get his perspective, and even Pedro is sympathetic to him at the end, being like, "I killed your dad. I technically made you this way." And I think at that point he knows he has the daughter's alive, right? We're just
Yeah.
skipping right
Mhm.
past all everything. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, no, does he know the daughter's alive? I thought he spares him before that. Because
I
he
think
decides he's like, I want to die. And
he says,
then,
"I want to die," and then Ben Mendelsohn gives him the phone, and the doctor says, "Your daughter's alive," and then he does the lineup, and he's
Mhm.
like, "Now I gotta go."
that's right. That's
Um,
right.
but
I forgot
real
about the
quick,
lineup.
we also gotta we have to acknowledge that like masterful scene with Tom Hanks.
It was great.
I
What were the five movies?
He never says the fifth one. He never says the top one.
Do
Uh,
you have the other ones written down?
I remember Rocky being
Yeah.
the first one because he says, "Get it out of the way."
It was like underdog stories, right?
Yeah, the top five underdog movies. Um,
I had a feeling that the fifth one was gonna be a Tom Hanks movie, but I was like, what's a Tom Hanks movie from the 80s? And there's not a lot. But he's like an underdog.
I feel like this is what they want, but I
Joe
mean,
versus the volcano.
to me, it's Freaky Tales. Freaky Tales is the number one underdog movie now.
Over Rocky? That's a bold statement.
Because I forgot, doesn't he lose at the end
Okay,
of
so
one?
it goes yeah, he does lose in one. So it's Rocky's number five.
Mhm.
Number four is Hoosiers. That's right, because like he says you're a basketball guy and you
Hoosiers.
haven't seen
You ever seen
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers?
Mhm.
Uh,
Dirty Dozen.
three's the Dirty Dozen. Great film. And then two's the Verdict. Then two movies that I guess that they make a nod to, but it's not confirmed. This is all also like Google Gemini, no free ads.
Uh,
Um, Summary is it could be Breaking Away, is described as a cinematic miracle, or The Warriors.
the fucking Warriors. Okay, yeah,
That's
Warriors.
a great underdog movie.
Yeah.
right.
Also, a
Uh,
very good video game.
Never played it. I wanted to so badly. I
That's really
remember that
good.
the age of Blockbuster, and it never came to Blockbuster. My Blockbuster.
Got a laptop? Just emulate that shit, dude.
Well, now, but uh, he also briefly, like, you hear him in the background once he enters the poker room, which I just thought was like a funny line, but pays off later. Is Tom Hanks picks up the phone, is like, "No, we're out of that one." But have you seen Scanners? It's basically the same idea, which we get later on in the movie.
I missed that.
I There's just like so much good shit in that scene that I was blown away. And then we also get the follow up after where he comes out, right? And it's like, "Where's the other guy? The owner." It's like, "You've always been the owner."
That was funny. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. He's on his lunch.
Yeah. That was I laughed so hard when that like joke came out. It was just fucking so funny. Just wants to fuck with you just real quick, and then that's it. I like that type of humor.
Have you seen these top five underdog movies?
Mm-mm.
Just Rocky.
I've seen Rocky. I've seen Hoosiers. I've seen The Dirty Dozen. I haven't seen The Verdict, but I do love Paul Newman. Great actor.
We should
What
add
was
some of these to the list.
Do you also remember
None of
what the
these films
other
are like are B movies.
No, oh, they're like, oh, okay.
Hoosiers is like considered arguably like one of the greatest sports movies of all time.
Oh well, damn.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Um, The Dirty Dozen. I feel like it's a forgotten war movie. It's a very good war movie though.
Mm.
Very good. I think
just
Clint Eastwood's in that one.
if we may speak on Rocky a little bit, I I was never interested in those movies until Creed.
Hmm.
And then I
Oh,
went
it's
back
Charles
and I
Bronson
watched, oh, fuck yeah, dude. Charles Bronson and The
and
Dirty Dozen.
And Donald Sutherland and Jim Brown.
Um,
Quite the cast.
I still had a good time, but I didn't enjoy Rocky as much as I thought. I was expecting
More.
something a little different.
Hmm.
It makes sense as a good 70s sports movie.
Hmm.
But after Creed, I was like, this is not what I was expecting.
I like. This is a hot take. I like the goofier, like Rocky movies more.
Three?
I like 3 with
Or
Mr. T more
three? Okay.
than I like 1 and 2.
Two is the one with
2
Drago.
No, that's 4. So 1 and 2 is just him versus Apollo Creed. The second one in Rocky 2 he wins.
Hmm.
He finally beats Apollo. And then they have like a respect for each other and they become homies. And then 3, Apollo Creed trains Rocky to beat Mr. T.
When does he fight
Drago? That's 4.
Drago? Okay.
That's when Creed dies.
Also, what's his name? It's driving me nuts. I can't remember.
Apollo. Oh,
No, no, Drago's real name.
Ralph Lundgren or Dolph
Yes,
Lundgren?
Dolph Lundgren,
Golf.
yes.
Yeah.
Not only a statue of a man, but an actual genius.
Yeah, isn't he like a PhD in like physics or something?
I think he has two.
Yeah, he's like
What?
very smart. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And he was married to Grace Jones, or dated Grace Jones for forever, whatever their relationship was. He's the fucking guy.
Nice.
Uh, Also, again, Predator, I think, was supposed to be Rocky versus an alien, and Sylvester Stallone was like, nah, and so they made it into Predator.
Damn.
Interesting. I love Predator though.
Same. I'm glad it wasn't
Mhm.
Rocky versus an alien.
This is a hot take. So I think the reason why I don't really like Rocky 1 is I think Sylvester Stallone is notably like a far worse actor in that movie than he is in the other movies.
Oh, didn't he also
Mhm.
write it?
He wrote, directed, and starred in it.
Okay, yeah, because I remember
Damn.
thinking the same thing. Like, man, if you got to make your own space, I guess. But how this became such a massive franchise, I don't know.
Because in Juan Press Picture, it was like took the world by storm. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a statue of a fictional character in Philadelphia. That's how successful it was.
uh, he did for Philly what Freaky Tales is doing for the Bay. There we go.
Dang, you think they should have a
Ooh.
too short?
They should. But goddamn.
Every time you say bitch at it, like you fucking get a free movie ticket or something. Oh man. I know this is like a hot take, and I know we especially after Aristotle just shat all over Pedro Pascal's legacy earlier in the movie. But I do feel like the third segment is the weakest of the bunch.
Ooh.
As much as I love the Tom Hanks scene, nothing really happens.
Well,
His wife gets shot, and then he's just kind of suicidal the whole time.
I feel like it's the connector. Like that's the one where we really fully understand who the villain is, why things are happening, and like how it got from the first to the third.
Yeah, I feel like it's the glue. It's also kind of an emotional glue so that we understand where Pedro's coming from. There is also an interesting thing that happens, which I can only ever think of. Do you remember the movie Elysium with Matt
Yes.
Damon?
Mhm.
Damon.
Matt
That
Damon.
Matt Damon. I remember going to see that movie thinking Matt Damon is about to whoop everyone's ass in that exoskeleton. And then the movie is just like 2 hours of his ass getting whooped by everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And uh just because his name's so high up in the bill, I thought this was like, okay, this is the movie. We're gonna see Pedro Pascal beat the shit out of everyone. And
Mhm.
we don't get that.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
I expected that too.
Yeah.
When they're like, the guy's gonna kill you.
Mhm.
And he's like, I got nothing left to lose. I was like, oh fuck, is he just gonna go like talk about Charles Bronson, like just go and just start like murdering people? Like he's just gonna like infiltrate the guy's base?
Yeah.
He also is the most Charles Bronson look I think he's ever had.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
and that's not to say that I was not satisfied with it, but it was just like, oh, I thought you were about to be the action hero of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it was a more pleasant surprise than a letdown that Matt Damon was.
Yeah.
Agreed. We were talking about Elysium last week. That
We were.
movie, so much dubstep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much dubstep, I would argue.
I still haven't re-seen it, but I saw it. It's on my list of movies to rewatch.
I love
District 9.
the guy who
District
plays
9.
Vicus. Yeah, that
Oh.
actor.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
the
also
guy
the
from
bad guy
District
in
9.
Yeah, the guy from District 9. Vicus, he's the bad guy in Elysium. He's the other guy in the exosuit. He's a
Mhm.
fucking
Okay.
maniac in that movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
And then never saw Chappie.
Chappie was mid.
It was okay. Yeah, it wasn't
Those South
anything.
African rappers are interesting.
Diane Word.
I thought
Yeah.
they got in trouble for something, right?
And then end up just being like racist because they're fucking
Probably.
South
Yeah,
Yeah,
African.
probably. Yeah. Yeah. I agree this wasn't my favorite one, but I do think it pushes the story along.
I don't think it's bad by any means. That's
Yeah,
not what I'm
yeah,
trying to say.
it's not horrible.
Maybe
but I
because it
was-
is so sad.
I was expecting way more from Pedro, but I think like all the other
Yeah, he's not
stuff.
a leading man.
Yeah, I think this is another like supporting role with his name in it.
So despite that, even though I started that, and I agree, this was definitely the most leading man I'd ever seen him act so far.
Hmm.
Like, that felt like a real performance from
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal.
He crushed it. That
He gets
diner conversation
You-
was intense.
you feel for him. Yeah.
Mhm.
But at the same time, now this could be just I don't know. He did kind of feel like Joel.
A little
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah.
When he was
Yeah.
that diner scene, I was like, oh, this is he's Joel right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did he come? I think this came out like right
The Last of
after
Us. Yeah.
right after Last of Us. So he must have been hot off
Hot on
The Last of
Joel.
Us.
He's
He's
still
still-
Joel
he-
mode.
He had the jacket in his car and he took it
It
off.
did kind of
and
look
then he
like
did-
Joel's jacket. Like he looked
Yeah.
like a Joel fit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This was Joel before
I got
The
my
Last of
plaid
Us happened.
shirt and I got my jeans.
His daughter
Was it Ellie?
that's in The
Oh
Last
damn!
of
It's
Us.
a prequel. It's the prequel to The Last of
this
Us.
is a prequel to The Last of Us. See, he was in Oakland, but then he had to leave and he went to Texas.
Man.
to work with his brother after he got out of the military.
It's because the psychoptics went too far.
So that's why
Psychoptics.
that's why he's such a beast in The Last of Us. He gets permanent revives.
Yo,
The psychoptics.
we put it together.
But I would argue, we were talking about how this movie is the glue that keeps everything together. I argue that the glue that connects every single story in this movie is Sleepy Floyd's record-setting performance against my
Okay.
beloved. I will say our beloved because we're all Angelinos.
Mhm.
Los Angeles Showtime Lakers in the playoffs.
Mhm.
A
Mhm.
record that Sleepy Floyd is a real basketball player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in it. He's at the burger scene.
That's right.
Mm.
A record I believe still holds today for the Golden State Warriors. Because every story has somebody watching and or referencing this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're watching it in the club or in the bar when they're in the rap scene.
Mhm.
I think they're talking about it in the punk show.
Yeah, or it's on TV in
on TV,
in
right?
the diner, I think.
The diner.
Yeah. Yeah. It is in every single one. But it's funny that it doesn't feel like you're gonna get there. It feels like it's just something like
That's
living in
happening.
the world. Yeah, there's something that's happening. There's commercials that are also going on. You see the psychotropic commercials happening. No clue that this is gonna be our fucking fourth quarter savior.
I mean, at a certain point, I thought we would get to it for some reason, especially after he gets the tickets in the third story.
Mhm.
Also forgot to mention just another fun cameo for in the second story with Marshawn Lynch on the bus.
Oh yeah.
He's driving the bus. I was like, what?
I saw that in the trailers, and I thought Marshawn Lynch was gonna have a bigger role, but he just gets a little cameo.
He just got a cameo. That's it.
He's another Oakland great, though.
Bay Area things, you know?
We got to start making more movies like that. Like we're making a movie about
Silver Lake.
Pasadena. We got to get Pasadena legend.
Fucking
Pasadena
about Echo
legend
Park,
Michael Myers.
starring Leonardo DiCaprio. He's from Echo Park, right?
Is he?
Yeah, I think
Makes
he went to
sense.
Marshall.
Hell yeah.
We'll have fucking Will I Am in there because he's from Lincoln Heights.
Ooh.
We'll do the music.
Billie Eilish, Highland Park.
Is she from HP?
Mm-hmm.
She's in that gentrifier generation.
She's she is pretty young. I guess that's a good question. I feel like she's like right.
When
No,
it
she would've been
happened. She's probably the
pre-
first generation of gentrifiers. Nah, 'cause she's like, what,
Yeah.
22?
I think a little older than that.
Let's see.
But that's a good question.
I know when her first album came out, she was like, I think
Ooh.
in high school or just out of high school.
Do we want to take guesses?
I'm
You
saying
said
she's 24.
23?
I'm gonna say
24?
she's 30.
24.
30? She's 24. She was born 2001.
Okay.
Yeah, 30, dude. Fucking, that's like, what's it? Ariana Grande's 30 or some shit.
Damn, so she might be actual first gen.
First gen
gentrifier.
gentrifiers. Because
Hell yeah.
gentrifying Highland Park really kicked off like 2006.
Hmm.
Because I have family in Highland Park, and my grandma used to live there.
I
And
remember.
I would visit her as a kid. It was fucking bad there, dude. But I love this this final story, chapter 4,
It's a fucking
The Legend of
finale.
Sleepy Lloyd.
Yep.
Also pulls on your heartstrings. I would
It
say
does.
Mm-hmm.
could have been as equally as devastating as the third story, but then we take a hard turn.
Yeah.
I love again, not really a training montage, but a high setting montage in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I love what's it, Angus
Angus
Young?
Cloud.
Angus Cloud's fucking
Yeah.
like breaking down every player and like all their stats and like little tidbits about each one.
Yeah. That reminded me of like conversations I've been part of when you guys just start railing off all this info about these fucking NFL players and like what they fucking eat for lunch, like what's their favorite colors, like how have they did in like high school. It was just hilarious that Angus Cloud was just doing all of that. It was funny.
It was like he had his tism was cranked up for those facts.
Yeah, he did.
It also seemed like he did not fit in. Like
No,
No,
was
he
like, I
didn't.
don't believe you're really a racist. Why are you here?
Yeah, for real. But that might be because we like know him from Euphoria, where he like he's Agnes Cloud, you know what I mean? Like he's that guy. So
Yeah.
it might have just been that.
I also it has a word we can't say, but I think it was so well delivered is when the son comes in and is like, "What are you guys gonna do?" And I was like, "I don't know, just beat up some beat up some gays." Except he doesn't say gays, and it was just like the nonchalant, like, "I don't know, just gonna go beat up some people." Was masterful.
Yeah.
it was very good. I was like, all right, son, you have fun. Don't be out too late. Here's the keys to the truck. Make sure you fill her up when you come back. It's like, what a loving dad.
Yeah.
What a swell Papa Bear.
You know, Kim Jong-un being the girl dad that he is now, honestly, these villains could be great parents. You know? We just never know. We just never know.
What a spin zone on Kim Jong Un.
I mean, bro's a fucking girl dad. You see all these
Girl
pictures
dad.
of him just fucking treating his daughter with like so much love, taking her to all the missile shows.
Yep.
Great.
Oh my god. Fucking Kim Jong Un, that fat bitch.
I also liked that we get more narration about what's happening in this fourth one. About how like his mom, she felt sick, and that's because she was been a vegetarian, and she just slowly started getting meat.
Mhm.
And there's two stadium hot dogs is one too many. That will fuck you up though.
I
That
was
will
gonna say
fuck you up.
honestly, I feel it sometimes.
I'm like on a health kick and then I have like a greasy burger. Like, yeah, that'll fuck me up.
Mhm.
Clears out the system. And his mom, only his girlfriend, well, and then they go back to then they all get shot up. But only
Mhm.
his girlfriend died, right? His mom was like in a coma or something.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
she was the only one that was pronounced dead on scene, which is still heavy,
Yeah.
but
Super
just
heavy.
like so much heavy shit happens. And I like that there's just this ambiguous, like, he just has like a rare collection of Asian artifacts. He just likes to buy Asian artifacts.
It's like everyone else buys fancy cars and jewels, and CB Floyd just has like these fucking mystical artifacts and like a fucking just like a wall of swords and various daggers.
Yeah.
It's great. I do like talking about sport references. They throw like slight shade to Chris Mullen, because he was like I think a rookie. I'm like, oh, he's just some rookie, some white guy. I don't know who cares. And they're like, all right, we won't rob him. But Chris Mullen ended up being like the best player on the Warriors, like from that era.
Hmm.
I think he's the only one. I'm not sure if he's in the Hall of Fame, but he's like a borderline Hall of Fame player.
Okay.
And they decided not to rob him because he's white, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
But then they robbed him anyways.
Yeah.
We also get the like really quick, though it's paid off, felt like unnecessary at the time detail of like, oh, and this one had a dog, and so they killed the dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John Wick style.
Yeah. I think we talked about it in other movies, but whenever a dog dies, that's like the ultimate signal of these people are really fucking bad.
Yeah.
And I now, because before I used to be like, God damn it, dude, like why are you killing the dog? Why do you got to kill the dog? But it makes sense now when you want to like signify these people have like no moral grounds whatsoever. You kill the dog.
Are you familiar with doesthedogdie.com?
No.
That's a thing.
I know it triggers
That,
people though when dogs die in movies.
that is why this website exists, is you can look up if the dog dies and whether or not you want to watch that movie. Just information out in the world. The other flip side of that is Green Room makes the opposite argument for whenever you get there. Just saying.
Uh
Interesting.
It is an intense movie.
yes.
I know the psychology behind it is that American audiences for sure are more sympathetic towards the death of an innocent animal than just like killing somebody.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Interesting. Does the dog die? Check. We'll see if Old Yeller dies.
Damn.
Oh yeah. But then we get the whole Sleepy Floyd thing, and then we get his meditation.
Amazing.
Dude.
One of the best, over the top. I love one of my all time favorite genres. I don't have any of them on the pod, but I love a good kung fu movie.
Mhm.
I love, especially one from like the 70s. Give me like a Hong Kong style kung fu movie. I love that shit.
I'm down
It's
to
not
put some
quite
on the
that.
list.
It's not.
Lady Snowblood.
I haven't seen Lady Snowblood. I think one of my all time favorites is Master of the Flying Guillotine.
Oh, I'm familiar, but you got it only because I just watched it last year, 1 and 2. Lady Snowblood, also huge
Let me
inspo for
see.
Kill Bill. So
Ooh.
you got, yeah, it's damn good.
I'll check it out. I love a good. Oh, it's a Japanese film.
Just because
Watch
it
watch
felt,
Master of the Flying Guillotine.
Master of the Flying
Wait,
Guillotine.
but you have to watch The Legend of the One Armed Boxer first, because Master of the Flying Guillotine is the sequel. But what's cool about it is it's told mostly from the perspective of the bad guy.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Hell
So
yeah.
watch the One Armed Boxer, and if you like the One Armed Boxer, then you watch Master of the Flying Guillotine.
Also, incredible poster here on Letterboxd.
The Master of the Flying Guillotine?
One Arm Boxer.
Oh yeah, dude,
And
such a good movie. So good.
um, okay, added. But uh, did you expect this reveal of like him going to meditate and then you get that whole wall?
No,
No. Not at all.
And I'm not as versed, but we get the Metallica song
Oh, for whom the bell tolls?
for him the bell tolls.
Love that.
Hmm.
It's been used a lot more recently. Metallica,
Mm.
and when used tastefully, Metallica just hits right
Mhm.
in a movie.
Perfect song, so well done. And once again, shout out to the Bay. They're from the Bay, right?
No, they're from Artesia.
Metallica?
Well, I
Oh.
know James Hetfield is from Norwalk.
Crazy.
He grew up on Artesia, I think.
That took me for such a ride because I did not expect any of that to happen. I felt like everything up until that point had been mildly grounded. I mean,
Yeah,
grounded in general, right? Until that point, and then it's like, what? Where are we? What are we doing? Where are we going right now?
I fucking love the like he walks out into his living room and he's got the big trench coat on and his two friends are just like nodding, you
yeah. Nobody
Yeah,
says anything. It's like I'm going out, and they're like,
yeah,
know. He
they
takes
just
the
that
motorcycle.
Kill Bill style, just fucking great. It's great, and I love when he pulls out the trench coat when he gets there, and you just see all the weapons. Like, yeah, he's gonna kill so many people with these.
yeah.
And I don't know if you want to go like by kill, but just right away he chops the one guy's arm off and he like just pulls out and he hits the pookie.
Yeah,
Oh
that was
yeah.
great. That was great. I also loved how I think thinking back at it, it did feel like super ridiculous, but I think that's the charm in the movie because the brawl scene was also very ridiculous.
Mhm,
But the
Mhm.
next two stories are so grounded that it kind of lulls you back into like oh, this isn't a ridiculous movie.
mhm.
And then it just boom. It's like a Goliath level fucking drop.
Yeah.
And I think it manages it well because there's parts of the fights that are like, this is fucking awesome. This is great. And then there's the part where he like runs over the stairs, but then two guys come up the stairs and he just like really quick throws ninja stars down at
Yep.
them.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's beautiful. Or when he is in the is it the living room? He's like surrounded. He just pulls the
Mhm.
sword out,
Mhm.
Badass.
murders everybody.
Yeah.
And I love that movies are doing this now, and not to jump to the end, but I love when there's a fight scene and it's just like him versus the big bad. And it's like this isn't a fight. He just wrecks the big bad.
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
just
He
gets
just
murders him. It's like not even a factor.
Yeah.
he gets fully scanned into like a puddle of blood.
He does.
That's right,
Uh,
because he uses his mental abilities.
which also wanted to point out that it felt like such a perfect representation of the movie, and that despite what I said before about like, oh no, is this about to get bad or be corny or something? It goes from Metallica to E40 and it's perfect.
Yep.
um, but yeah, we also get uh I don't know if I fully even got it or if it's what I think, but the like Luke Skywalker, I wasn't even actually there. I actually attacked them with my mind.
That was a
Mm,
crazy reveal.
yeah.
Hmm.
That was like the power of psychotropics. Like that he full on out of body experienced taking a
Projected.
motorcycle to a place,
Yeah.
murdering a bunch of guys, and then psychically blowing somebody up, and then just
From
woke
his
up
room.
from his room.
From
Just
his
woke
room.
up in his house.
Yeah. What a wild twist.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So ridiculous though. So ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
a level of ridiculousness that you just can't help but love it. It's just so fun.
Yeah. Honestly, I love that though. It I like seeing like that scenes like that. I think the most recent thing that I watched, and I know it's different because it's anime, but in Jujutsu Kaisen in the newest
Mhm.
season, there's a scene that happens just like that, where one person takes out like a whole building of people. I just I love things like that. Those are great. Give me more of those.
So good.
Yeah.
Uh, I know I mentioned it already, and again, sorry if you've already discussed, but have you seen The Substance?
I have
I haven't.
You
also
gotta.
nice movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I gotta watch it because I have a saying that Dennis Quaid doesn't make bad films. There's no such thing as a bad D Quaid movie.
hmm
I believe that, but this was also, I mean, I guess I maybe have not given him credit or paid enough attention, but this was the first time that I was like, he can fucking act.
Oh,
He is incredible.
this is every time I say this, it's so funny. I always get this reaction. I'm not saying Dennis Quaid is like an amazing actor. Just that
Mhm.
every movie that he seems to be in is at least like that movie was cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see, but no, this
Yeah, I've heard he's great in it.
he's so good. Uh, but yes, wild, fun, incredible ending.
Yeah, I was trying to think, and I was struggling to find a movie that I've seen recently that did the same thing, where the last like 20 minutes of the film was just absolutely like bonkers.
Bloodbath.
Not in the same way, but undertone. It's, it's like,
Yeah, the
okay,
last
now
like 10, 15 minutes of Undertone are pretty intense.
we're unraveling.
Yeah. I also like that that Pedro's story also comes
Oh,
to an end
wraps
too.
up
Yeah, that
and his
wraps up.
daughter.
Yeah, he's able to leave after he gets captured.
What does he tell the Nazi guy too? And he's like, "What happened here? You
He
fucked with
says,
the wrong warrior."
yeah, like from the
Yeah.
Yeah,
looks of it, your dad fucked with the wrong warrior,
Yeah.
which I get. I mean, he's still technically a kid, but I would have thought that they would have just attacked Pedro Pascal and like, what did you do to my dad?
yeah.
Yeah.
But
They're
they
all
I
also just
got
got
I
the
don't
shit
know,
beat out
bro.
of him.
If I walked into a situation where everyone was gone and there was one dude walking out
holding a baby.
holding a baby, I don't think I would touch that person. I think I would be concerned for just the general well being
He was also
of
holding an axe too.
myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. Yeah. Yeah. It was a lot.
But God,
Great film.
what a fun movie.
Mhm.
Very fun. Very fun. I do love its blend of chaos and grounded narrative.
Yeah.
And incredible soundtrack.
Soundtrack was great. Soundtrack
Definitely
was great.
puts you in the era that we're in at that time.
True, it is a period piece. Gotta
Yeah.
love a period piece.
Mhm.
A part of the 80s that I feel it doesn't usually get represented, the punk scene.
I think here and there, but agreed. Again, sorry to bring it up for the third time. Green Room, not quite. I think it's more 90s, but close enough.
Thought it was more 2000s.
I was thinking more like SLC punk.
Oh.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't even think of anything else.
Sid and Nancy. But that's more of
But
like a biopic.
which also mentioned in this movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They
Mhm.
rent it, right?
She wants to rent it and then he never does, but I think he buys the VHS, which
Yeah.
also just like the briefest moment, but it like I had to look it up to be like, what? That the VHS cost him $90 to buy.
Yeah, because of the late
It,
fees.
because of the late, but also they were just expensive, which I like. I didn't know I wasn't buying VHSs, but they were crazy expensive
Damn,
Well,
were
it's
they
like
at a
really?
point.
well, no, they
Whoa.
were like everything was. So like Super Mario World cost $50 when it came out. In today's money, it's like $125.
Wow.
$125. I mean, Super Mario is one of the greatest games of all time. I'm paying $125 for a game.
Yeah.
At once. I may over time with like expansions and shit. But all at once, that's a big ask for a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Was there anything else in the movie you guys found notable or wanted to talk about? Would you like to see any spin-off stories? Like a continuation, like a Freaky Tales 2?
I think that could be fun. My, as you know, worry is always just it being bad. Like, I don't know. I feel like that would be it wouldn't ruin the movie, but it would be just disappointing if like, oh, you didn't follow it up with something incredible. Which is why I'm also kind of relieved we never got a Trick or Treat 2.
Mhm.
Even though would still love to see it, but
What
Yeah,
about you, Seth?
I agree. I think this works as a good one self-contained story. I think the magic about this movie is that the fourth act is such a surprise. How do you get that again, knowing that everyone now knows that that power is out there and like can be used in that same way? I don't think you can recreate that again. I think this works as just a one and done.
The way I could see it working, just thought about it right now, is you hit it with your narrator is now Method Man, and you set it in New York in the 90s, and you're like, well,
ooh,
shit was
okay.
going down in Oakland, over in the Bronx, and then it's Method Man, and you have a story that's about Wu Tang.
Damn.
You could have a story about, I don't know what the fuck was going on in New York in the 90s and not from there.
Yeah.
But like
Hardcore.
hardcore, yeah, you could
Oh yeah.
do that musical cultural history.
Yeah.
That with
Could
your
be
freaky
fun.
tales too.
We've got a pitch.
Kind of cool. Yeah. You heard it here
And then
first
even it's 80s, 90s, and then if you want, you can even do 2000s
in
with
LA.
like LA and new metal.
Hmm. Yo, Limp Biscuit.
Limp Bizkit, you have Fred Durst.
Yeah.
This is one of those days.
Oh shit. Hell yeah.
Good work. It would
Yeah.
have to be like an anthology series. I don't think you could do the exact same characters. You'd have to be a completely different setting and maybe a new era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Uh, but that just do you guys watch the VHS movies at all?
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay, because that feels like that's the best version of that. I'm like, let's just get other people to do this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I love about VH. I mean, some of those people went on to do like some good shit too.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The director of Undertone, I think, did his first movie of
VHS.
VHS. I don't know if he directed VHS or was a director in VHS, but was a part of one of the VHSs.
I think wasn't Osgood Perkins in one of them? I know we saw a horror movie from a guy who did one of the VHS
Hmm. Forgot
movies.
what movie it was.
I forget it was. It was a solid movie.
Yeah.
Who do you think was the leading person? We talked about how Pedro Pascal isn't the main character. Do you think there was a main character?
Sleepy Floyd.
Was it Oakland?
It was, I was gonna say, it was Oakland
Oh, too short.
or even Ben Mendelsohn to some degree,
Mm,
but it's Oakland.
yeah. The city itself definitely becomes a character
For sure.
in this movie.
All right. Should we get to our reviews?
Yep.
Well, let's do it.
All right. Well, Aristotle, you are a guest, and it was your pick this week. Why don't you start us off?
Uh, I mean, I think I actually gave it a 5 out of 5. Like, this is my favorite movie I think it came out 2024.
But released in 2024 in the festival circuit, but
2025. Oh, it's like
2025 in
Undertone. When we
theaters.
looked, it's like 2025
Mhm.
release. I'm like, it's pretty sure this movie came out in 2026.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. And yeah, it's get a full 100%. I want to give it 110%, but it's like an A plus, like so well done. I think part of it was not knowing what it was going to be, and then it just being such an original, fun story. And you can tell it's so full of love for the city of Oakland that can't help but love it.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Seth?
I give this movie a solid B. I think when I think of B horror, it's fun. You don't know where the fuck it's gonna go. Yeah, kind of all over the place, but not aggressively over the place. I think that for an anthology movie, this works for us because we see that like really good through line that kind of follows the whole story and we get like a full completion of it. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack really puts you in Oakland during that time. It like sets the tone. The sets were really fun. There's like some actual historic places that we saw in there too. all the actors in it. Like seeing Tom Hanks in this movie was so fucking hilarious, especially going in blind. Like I didn't even watch a trailer for this movie. I just, we said Freaky Tales. I was like, hell yeah, let's ride. Um, Such a good like all the way around. I think this is really solid. Like for me, B movie. Definitely recommend it for everyone. It's not too aggressive, not too like I mean, yeah, there's the ending, like the the fourth story does get kind of wild, but it's not too aggressive in my opinion. I think you could show this to everyone, show your grandma. I think she'd enjoy it. Yeah. Solid B from me.
Nice. Well, Rotten Tomatoes has this movie at a 75% with a popcorn meter holding it at an 88%. So audiences liked it more than critics did. IMDb holds it at a 6.2 and a 3.5 on Letterboxd. My grade's in the middle of you two. I'm right there with the popcorn meter. I gave this movie a B plus. I thought this movie was a lot of fun. My only like real knock with this movie, which I think you get with most, I think anthology films, is that you don't get enough time with any of the characters to really like see like too much growth. There's like not a lot of character arc in these types of movies. But the movie was super fun. The music slapped. The stories were good. Whether it be like the over the top story, like the last one that gave you just some awesome Kill Bill style action, or just watching a bunch of punk kids come together to wreck some neo Nazis. You love to see it. Were great. And even the more grounded films, grounded stories with the hip hop and Tyson Barbie kind of paving their way in Oakland, or just like the heartbreaking story that happened to Pedro Pascal. That shit was just all downer. But I enjoyed all four stories, which I think is pretty rare in an anthology. I feel like they're usually as good as the sum of their parts, and each part was pretty good and did a good job of like telling a unique cultural story of Oakland. And as from somebody who's not from the Bay Area, it's cool to see that type of representation. And even I noticing some of the nods, like Marshawn Lynch as the bus driver and stuff like that, I thought was pretty sweet. I definitely recommend this movie to people. It's just a fun ride, man. It's a fun ride. It's a good, lighthearted, R-rated movie. I mean, it is kind of gory, but it's done in like almost like a cartoonish kind of way that it's really easy to enjoy. It's not like gruesome goriness. It's like fun goriness. I think if you're from the Bay Area, it's a must watch. If you grew up in the 80s, it's a must watch. Or if you like just interesting movies, it's a must watch. I give it a B plus. Highly recommended.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So it's a recommend from the three of us guys. I got Aristotle with a strong A plus, a perfect film. I'm coming in with a B plus and say with a B. I highly recommend. You guys got to check this one out. But you know what time it is? It is time to wheel it up.
Wheel.
Gentlemen, do we have any additions to the wheel?
I want to add one of those kung fu movies that you mentioned. I'm kind of
All
ready
right.
for that.
I will put both Legend of the One
Shouldn't
Boxer.
we should just do the first one, no? Because then
That's
if
the
we do
first one.
this, oh, okay, cool. Because if
And
we
then
do
would
the
you say
second one,
Snowblood? Aristotle?
Lady Snowblood.
Lady Snowblood. Yeah, Tales of the One Arm Boxer is the first one, and then Legend of the One Arm Boxer is the first one, and then Master of the Flying Guillotine is the second one.
okay.
Lady Snowblood. And what are our predictions, gentlemen? Predictions.
We haven't had like a. I know we got Christine like
We did get Christine as
a
our
couple
horror
a
movie.
couple weeks back as like a horror movie, but like I want to really. I mean, Christine wasn't a bad horror. I just want like a solid foreign horror movie. Give
Foreign
me that.
horror?
Yeah.
What about you, Aristotle? What genre are you feeling?
I feel like because we talked about it, we're gonna get comedy.
Oh, comedy would be interesting. They haven't had
Yeah.
a comedy in a while.
It's been a minute.
A comedy is a good call. I think since we just had some outrageous action with Freaky Tales, give me just an action movie.
Ooh.
It's like an action movie. A shoot 'em up. Could be a fucking one of the kung fu movies, a Raid Redemption. Give me an action movie. Speaking of which, the people from Raid Redemption are coming back with a new film.
I think I would also enjoy Ed Wood because Aristotle. I don't know. We we've been doing this for some time, and Ed Wood is something that we constantly talk about. And we're constantly on edge. We've been edged by Ed Wood for so long by the wheel. So it'll be right there, and then it'll just keep going.
I've never seen it, but that is something I've always wanted to watch too,
Yeah.
and I just haven't gotten to it.
I think we're also like 2 away from finishing
The Lynchiverse.
the Lynchiverse.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I think we got Dune and Lost Highway.
Yep. We're not gonna watch. We might do Twin Peaks, but it's not on there.
Yeah, it might be like a personal thing for us to watch Twin Peaks.
But Blue Velvet.
Oh, we haven't seen Blue Velvet either.
Oh yeah, that one too. We haven't seen Blue Velvet.
Eraserhead.
We saw Eraserhead.
Solid movie. Elephant Man. Solid.
Elephant Man's an amazing movie.
Yeah, he does really good biopics.
He does. His Straight Story was also really good.
Yeah.
Just to combine this too, also now with comedy, Elephant Man, produced by Mel Brooks.
I know, which is crazy because it's
Yeah.
like not funny at all.
Yeah.
The man just loves film.
Yeah.
He does. He's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's spin it up, guys. All right, if you're a first-time listener, the way the wheel works, we spin the wheel. It lands on a movie. The rules are, if it lands on a movie, you can either spin again, stay with that movie, or if there's a movie you really want to see, pick that movie. You cannot pick Ed Wood or a David Lynch movie if the wheel lands on either one of those. It is a must watch. So Saya's looking for a foreign horror, Aristotle's calling out a comedy, and I'm looking for an action film. See what we get.
This is my spin, yeah?
I believe it is, yeah.
All right, hell yeah. Let's go.
It's your pick.
Come on, foreign horror. Come on, baby.
Let's see what we get.
Daddy needs a new foreign horror.
What are we getting? We have a lot of foreign horror on here.
I know.
The Signal.
Come on.
Ooh, Kung Pao Enter the Fist would be kind of sick. Is it going to be Shawshank? Let's go. Chime.
Chime.
Hmm.
I have no idea what this is.
Chime.
Want
to take a look?
I think we should just let it ride because I have no idea what this movie is.
I don't remember this movie either.
Yeah, I don't think I added this one in. This might be a Twan ad, so
it might be.
Yeah, I'm kind of down to just
Chime.
There's a 1977 and there's a 2024.
It's probably the 1977.
You think so? If it's a Twan edition, it might be the new one.
It's probably 2024.
Yeah,
1977 is 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's the Kurosawa the Kurosawa movie that we talked about adding Kurosawa movies, and this was one of them.
Kiyoshi Kurosawa. What did he work on?
Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the Pulse guy. All right, it's a foreign horror movie then.
Let's go.
Chime. We have a lot of Japanese films on here.
Yeah.
It's also pretty short. It's 45 minutes.
Oh, interesting.
Quick ride.
All right, guys. Well, the will has spoken. We are watching the 2024 Japanese horror film Chime, brought to us by the same director as Pulse. It should be interesting. We do love our foreign films on this pod, especially our Japanese foreign films. But I want to thank you guys for joining us this week as we covered the 2025 movie Freaky Tales. It was a strong recommend from the three of us, getting an A+ from Aristotle, a B+ from myself, and a B from Saya. We want to thank Aristotle for joining us this week as our guest.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
If you guys haven't done so already, give us a follow on our social medias. We are on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Threads, and X/Twitter. As always, I have been your host, The Dale, followed by my co-host, Mr. Saya.
Adios.
And our guest speaker, Aristotle.
Thank you.
Catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.